Welcome to Amateur Redneck Workshop. I'm Harold, and it's a nice cool day out here in the shop. Raining outside, so it's really pleasant, and it's a good time for me to get on with making the motor support and all that sort of thing, and adjusting the pulley to fit. I've got this little guy right here. It's got to be bored out in the middle. It's got a nice hub that I can chuck onto it, 4-jaw chuck. And I'm going to use the double boost centering method to get it all centered up. I really like that. I've watched him do it a lot of times. And so we'll get started on the easy part. At least I call it the easy part. All we got to do is shape the metal to fit and screw things down, and we'll be done. Well, maybe a little painting here and there, but then we'll be done. So let's just get on with the job. Well, we won't be exactly totally done because I've still got to do all the wiring for the power, because I'm going to build a little power box over there, sort of a distribution panel for DC, so that I'm going to get by with one power supply instead of a whole bunch. Then we'll be done, maybe. Alright, I got this little piece set up between centers like double boost does, and you know, it seems to work just fine. I had a little trouble finding something with a center hole in one end and a point on the other. It seems I wasn't already set up for that. I thought my dead center had a hole in the end, but it doesn't. Mistake on my part. That does make it easier than putting a little finger down in the hole there. Well, sometimes I may not do everything just the right way. Alright, following the double boost centering up method, we seem to be pretty straight there, pretty well trued up. That sure made it a lot easier. I think I'll remember that, and I'll try to get me a dead center that's got a nice hole in the end. Nice centering hole, you know what I mean. So I don't have to dig out this little deburring tool. Okay, so now I'll get busy and bore this little hole to the right size, and then I can fit it onto the shaft over there and get on fitting other pieces. A little piece of steel. It's not aluminum like the others, so I'll be cutting it a little tighter. I'll put you to sleep for a minute. Alright, so the darn thing is too low. Let's see if we can go up. Well, I guess we're gonna have to plug it in. That would work. Find the other end of the extension cord. Now we can try raising it up. I think that'll be tall enough. Well, job. You don't want to get just extensively high. Got a hole drilled on either side of the circle there. It should match the holes up there. Now I'm going to try to put a big hole in the center. Of course, I've got to tighten this thing down. All right, back to drilling. I gotta find a bigger bit and make a bigger hole. A little over a ½ inch. Alright, bigger drill. Bigger hole. Makes sense. Okay, a little deburring and we'll try it on. Alright, so while you guys were sleeping, I was working up this little, sorry about kicking the tripod. I was working up this little bracket, and I've got the belt there, and it'll tighten up there. I may put it back in the middle and slot the bolt holes just a tiny bit more, because it looks to me like it could use a little bit more ability. I should be able to get this size or the wrong size belt and still make it fit. So at least that's my hope. You never know when you'll wear out a belt and get a new one. So anyway, everything seems to look like it's going to fit. So I'll maybe slot the bolt holes just a little bit more, and then clean this thing up to look better, and paint it and stick it back on there for the, I guess you could call it the final assembly. I think that's what the bracket's going to look like, so now we'll put a little paint on it. It should look a lot nicer. Okay, so there's the motor mounted. The pulleys are on it, and all that I really have left to do is put this little hand wheel on here, because I'm still going to want to use the hand wheel when I turn the motor off and do, you know, want to feel like I'm in control. So there we are. I can turn the motor, and the motor can turn this, although I don't have the power hooked up yet. I think I'll just go ahead and do a temporary power hookup, and then we'll work out where to mount everything. I've got a couple of extra holes here as a place to put the HMI, and I'm kind of considering that I'll probably put it up there. Screw a little piece of wood on here and use double-sided tape to hold it on. That would probably be the easiest thing. So while you take one of your mini naps, I'll go and dig up the stuff for that. Alright, I've mounted the motor controller back there on that little arm, and I've got the HMI mounted up here on this little arm. I put it on upside down first, so you guys, I'm sure, would have enjoyed seeing that. Too bad you didn't. And there's where she is right there. That's, you back it up. No, I can't back it up. Alright, there. So everything's going to line up. I got me a pile of wire here, and I'm going to just clamp it together. This is all temporary. When I get the box to put all the innards in, and when all the power supplies, well, I say power supplies, power regulators come in, I'm going to put them in a box over there, right over there, and everything's going to fit right over there, out of the way, and I'll just run some wires over here to power things, which should be good enough. Alright, so I guess it's back to sleep for a second while I hook the temporary wires up. Okay, things are temporarily wired up here. Up here we've got the control of HMI, whatever, and I'm going to tell it to go down. And as you can see, it's responding. It's going down. Speed it up a little. And you can look at the drill bit there, and I think you can see that it's very clearly going down. I think you can see that. There. Now you should be able to see it quite well. Heading down good now. See the tips already down. Alright, so this may or may not be as fast as I want to feed it, or it may be too fast. But I think it's kind of in the ballpark. I'll have to tune this thing, and I'll be rewriting the software probably forever, just because I think there's some more other thing it should do or should be trying to do. Alright, let's take it back up. Run up now. Stop works great. Back up. You can see the seam there. Getting tighter. I think if I'm looking at it. There you go. The gap right there is what we're looking at. So I know we need to see if it'll drill a hole, right? But let me get a piece of metal and I'll be able to try drilling a hole. I've got this nice piece of steel tubing. How far out I gotta get it to you to see it? There. It's got one hole. We'll put another hole in it. Nice thick tubing. Alright, so I hope you guys, I had the camera on when I drilled the hole. If I didn't, I'll have to come back out here and just do it over again. But anyway, you can see when I push the down button, she goes down. Push the stop button, it stops. Up button, down, up button, goes up. You guys missed the exciting part. I used super glue to put that HMI on a piece of wood that's screwed onto the bracket there. And I did a really wonderful fine job of it. It was perfectly square and straight. And then when I looked at it, I realized it was also upside down. Not good. So apparently within the first 3 or 4 minutes you can get a pocket knife and crack the stuff loose if you got it in a vise. But I did. I got it loose. Right back up. Alright. So I'll probably bring you back after the other stuff comes in and I get things squared away a little. Well, that's all, folks. Y'all try to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Leave a comment if you got something to say. And above all, remember, keep on keeping on. Bye now.